you go see the ratio. The beef self na me.
I must thank you sincerely for still being there listening to Rock City 101.9 FM here in the city of Abeokuta. Yes, this is the voice of the people early first week of the year 2018. The situation in town, well, not much of a difference, but I must report back to you that following the program of yesterday, just as we were leaving, the Department of Petroleum Resources, who heard the voice of the head of operation, went to town, begin to act following the complaints many of you gave them. That was a tip-off that Ebefen petrol station in Alogi or Bantoko area was hoarding. They went there, confirmed that about 7,500 liters of fuel was right there inside the tank, and the petrol attendant said they do not have fuel to sell. Well, of course, these people already know what to do. They have the machinery of discovering, opening the tank forcefully, and then what happened? They dispense fuel to people, Okada motorists, free of charge. That was yesterday's afternoon. So who says it's not good to talk? Who says talking on this platform is not achieving anything? Well, that was what we monitored, what we saw yesterday with the DPR led by the head of operations in Ogun State, Mr. Kasali. They also went to other fuel stations, but there were confirmation that those ones do not have fuel. So that was the situation. Any of you who is hoarding, please, for the sake of the people, it's not just about the president or other people. All of us, that's the change we are talking about, must be involved in this change mantra. All right, thank you, so to say, to the DPR. Well, that's a feedback from yesterday. And this morning, we continue the search for what will happen in 2018. When there is no fuel, obviously the salaries will not be enough for you to spend. Maybe that is why organized labor and so many other Nigerians have been clamoring for an increase, a wage increase. Well, the talk is on, or at least the tripartite committee is doing something or is meeting. But we still have this issue of so many state governments across the country not being able to pay salaries as at when due. We have the case of Kogi State. We are not sure of the exact position really. We spoke with many of the workers in Kogi who said they have not been paid since August. I also want to say that the secretary to the state government in Kogi tacitly agreed with this by apologizing and giving excuse for some mix-up in the inability of the state government to clear the debt. But the state governor says it is a cheap blackmail he has paid. Okay, who is blowing the right trumpet, Tobi? We cannot say. In other states, Ogun State inclusive, civil servants are shouting and crying over non-payment of deductions, backlog of arrears, gratuities, pensions, bonuses, whatever name they want to call it. All these end up as the total package, the total emolument of the workers. Will this continue in 2018? 2017, there were so many presidential orders in the form of bailout for these states to be able to solve these problems. Well, we also know that it's not all the states that got it. We are also aware that some of the states that got it, even those states, they were rated as the second most performing, whatever the indices used. We are still searching for it, are still not able to pay full salary. It cuts across, it's not just here in Ogun State, it's there everywhere. Well, Ogun State, thank God, pays its own salaries as at when due, but the workers here have so many question marks.
Well, there was some kind of agreement in quotes between the governors and the presidency last year before December 31st, when the last tranche of the Paris-London loan refund was to be released to the governors, and that is that the salaries and the arrears will be taken care of before the 31st of December. Has that been followed to the letter. Have the governors been able to make do with their promise to the president to also fulfill this? Well, some actually came out to say that they would not be able to pay all before December 31st, but they will channel those resources to the payment of salaries. How far have they gone with that promise?
And what hope does 2018 have for these workers? That's the topic we'll be looking at this morning. Dele Ayodo remains my name.
And I am Tobi Joseph. Well, we have on the line Comrade Bashir Lawal of the Trade Union Congress.
The Comrade Lawal is also the Secretary General of the Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria. We try to bring some of the labor leaders, the past ones really, here. Understandably, a few complaints, the weather, the fuel situation, and some other commitments, they were not able to have. But thank Comrade Bashir Lawal. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
And thank you for joining us on Rock City 101.9 FM in Abeokuta.
Thank you for having me on your program.
Now, Comrade Lawal, are you optimistic in terms of, you listen to our intro, in terms of the salary situations? Are you optimistic about what 2018 will offer?
As far as the salary issue is concerned in the States, we are not optimistic at all. Because you look at what happened in 2016, 2017, you discover that it's not a sort of economic situation that is causing some of these unpaid salary arrangements. It's just sheer act of wickedness on the part of some of these governors.
What do you mean by sheer act of wickedness?
The wickedness, because the money is there, they are using the money for other purposes that you cannot even explain. A scenario whereby somebody is saying, okay, we owe the bank some money, so when the petition account allocation comes, they deduct that. So, and granted that is correct. But a scenario whereby you now have a kind of windfall, all these bailout arrangements, Paris bond,
Paris loan reform.
And at the end of the day, you discover that you have some governors like the man in Osho State telling the workers that they have to pay contractors and all this kind of thing. That is where they make their own money. That's why I'm saying.
Comrade Lawal, sorry I'm interjecting you, sir. I'm sorry. Is that not a valid argument? Every money made by government cannot go into salaries. They have commitment, they have campaign promises.
That is not the issue. The issue is that a percentage of what comes in terms of revenue goes to salary. These people are working for God's sake. And they are forgetting the fact that most of these are into civil services. If you don't pay the salary of workers that are when due, all the artisans of this world, they go hungry. The food vendors, they go hungry. The factories are sell their stocks. At the end of the vicious cycle. So what we know in economics is that from government, money comes out, it goes to the individuals, from the individuals, it goes to the farms, from the farms, it comes back to the government. It's a circular thing. So once you refuse to pay, in fact, you can even kickstart the growth and development of your economy by ensuring that you pay workers, you engage workers, and you pay them as and when due. Before you know what is happening, this will permeate into the other sectors of the economy. But by the time you are not doing it as and when due, you are creating poverty. You are creating unemployment, you are creating a lot of crises all over the place, and that is why you have all these social crises all around. You have armed robbery, you have kidnapping, child trafficking, prostitution. These are the issues we have at stake, and these people they are not budging. What they are not talking about, just who have spent 8 years doing absolutely nothing and now gunning for the Senate. And we are waiting for them to develop work. Those of them that are coming back in 2018, we will show them. We are going to make very loud statements. It is just act of wickedness. Wickedness. I'm telling you every step of responsibility.
Now,
very wicked.
Comrade Lawal, you've traced this that it didn't just happen. 2015 rolled on to 2016, 2016 transferred to 2017, and we are in 2018. That means it's becoming irregular. What are the prophylaxis you as an organized labor body are you putting in place to ensure that this
a cocktail of strikes here and there because that is the weapon of last resort open to labor. And at the end of the day, we've been able to achieve just a little measure of success because of the intransigence of some of these so-called governors. So what we are saying now is that we are going to use our voter card, and we are going to use those voter cards effectively. We are going to confine these people to the dustbin of history. And you wait for us. We are very serious about it. We started mobilization. We are not political parties. We are not politicians, but we are workers, and we deserve our wages. And since we are not getting it, we are going to make very loud statements, irrespective of the party that is in power. Once you are not doing it right, we will replace you, and that's what we are going to do.
Now, Comrade Lawal, one would have expected that this new zeal and determination from the labor leaders to vote out erring governors as regards workers' welfare would have been channeled into rescuing the Labour Party, which would have taken into considerations first the welfare of the Labour. Why has this failed?
That's another argument entirely. But you know, by the time we start delving into that, we will miss the point. We want to put our eyes on the ball. One thing first. So let's go into this. We don't want to bring in something at this particular point in time that will divide us. Let's come together as workers. First and foremost, we are workers. Our own job is industrial relations, labor relations. We are trade unionists. So we are going to pursue that. When we finish that, we can move into some other things. Because if we can't go into that now, before you know what is happening, there will be division. So we want to be united in fighting these monsters that are calling themselves political elite.
Okay, now in Kogi State, for example, the governor is saying that he's not owing anybody. He has paid up till December 2017, but that is a different version of what the labor leaders there are saying, the workers themselves. So what exactly are you doing to meet at a round table?
He paid last in the month of May. He's owing. And at that point, when he paid last in the month of May, there was some backlog in the fact that they are not paid. So he can go about selling lies on the fact of the matter from our members on the field on the spot that this man has not paid since May. And he's collecting money from the federation account, he's collecting payouts. Report, he collects everything. I think people are just amassing wealth, waiting for the next election. Yes, sir.
This desire to use, according to you, effectively and massively the voters' card come 2019. How will this work out? Individual differences is there. Are you going to form a political movement like a pressure group, or how do you think this will work out?
Effective unions, if I must just confess to you, already we are a mass movement. And at the touch of the button, I am telling you the signal will be consumed effectively by our members. And already we are doing that. So we are not going to come out to come and formalize anything, but as I'm talking to you, we have the button. We have the button and we are pressing the button and the message is going around. And already we are mobilized, we are organized, and we are waiting for the appropriate time. We will make a statement, a very loud statement for that matter. So just wait and see.
Which of the state governments will you say you people are happy with over this salary payment issue?
Let me just tell you that most of the states in the north, they are doing very well. Minus states like Nasarawa and Dele. The others are paying as I went due. They also keep going into projects. That is why you able to understand what I'm saying. Just act of wickedness on the part of these governors that are not paying.
But does it have to do?
I tell producing states, they are not for God's sake. They are not for God's sake. It's not a question of some people, very greedy set of people. They believe the money in the country belongs to them and their families. So and that they are not appropriate time. I know they will pay for this thing. They will pay for it.
Comrade Lawal, are you saying you don't think this non-payment of salaries is directly tied to the large workforce that these governors have to battle with and the wage bill.
It is not. It is not. How do you explain someone that is complaining that he has a large workforce? At the end of the day, he's coming in with party commissioners, 100 advisors, 20 advisors made up of their families, kids and kids. We are reading all these things. Some people don't have a business, don't have business thing in the government house, for God's sake. They are pillars of ideas. When most of these papers to be created, we are all being inundated with the fact that okay, they can stand on their own, they have the resources to run it. What? All those lies, all those things that you were feeding us with before the papers were created. I mean, they are out there. Now to come and even come money for market creation. Look at the argument they are putting forward. Then when they create this data, the other day you come back to say that what is the size of the workforce compared to what the population is? Even how much are they even paying? When you look at it, they are just destroying statistics, trying to deceive people. But we at the labor, we cannot be deceived any longer. We know what is happening. We know what is happening.
All right, thank you.
At the appropriate period, they will pay for this thing.
Thank you very much, Comrade Bashir Lawal, for joining us on the Daybreak Show, Rock City FM.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you.
Okay, he seems very charged and ready to go on to get the people, mass movement is called it, for action. That's the voice of the Secretary General of the Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria. That Mrs. Group is mainly made up of the core civil servants. They are the ones who really feel it. Well, we will appreciate if we can get some of this labor there, because we believe that on your table you have some facts, you have some information. If some of you can call in, I said so. We tried and get some veterans of the labor union to come, but for one reason or the other, that was not possible. We may do with what we have this morning. You've gotten the teaser. They seems ready. Get your voter's card. Be ready to deal with any of the state chief executive officer who is toying with the salary. That appears to be a very strong conviction from the workers that the issue about non-payment of salary Tobi is not that there's no money. It's not that they cannot still pay salary and do projects, but as far as they are concerned, these chief executive officers are not just human in their thinking and actions to the civil servants. He also said one thing, that he thought that many of the states in Nigeria are largely civil servant states or civil service states, and whatever happens with the civil servants has a large influence on the economy and every other thing in the state. And I think this is correct. We should check so many of those states. We thank God for Ogun. We know that Ogun until a few years ago can be categorized to be in that group of civil services, but today I don't think Ogun,
it is a very blended mix.
A very different story today. All right, we open the telephone lines. Let's get your thoughts. Let's get your thinking, particularly those of you who are expecting salaries, or those of you who expect salaries. 08098687344 or 09091469670. You can also join us using the short code 32120. That's the number, and our Twitter handle platform is also available. So also is the Facebook page.
Good morning.
We can hear you. All right, thank you.
Yes, I want to thank you guys for the topic you have brought up this morning. It is very sad that civil servants are not getting paid, because in the history of this country, it has never happened that states have been given bailouts. And when things like this happen, we are giving money to offset all the debts we are owing to the civil servants. But many of these governors refuse. They invested the money to other things that is not supposed to We have seen situations of governors obstructing roads and of civil servants that have worked and they are not being paid. It is sad, and this is an act of wickedness. This government has really failed us. They've collected bailout more than 3 times. The Paris loan also inclusive. Yet they are unable to pay salary, and they kept on lying. They have paid salary, paid pensioners, they have done this, they have done that. It is an act of wickedness, and God will judge them.
All right, that's all right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, morning.
Morning, Dele. Good morning, Tobi.
Good morning.
My name is Dr. Unkom. I'm calling from Ashirisi. Dele, I've just heard that interview by the senior staff man, and I'm aghast. I'm aghast. I'll tell you why I'm saying I'm aghast. The man said we are going to use a voter's card. That is defeatist. Defeatist. When it comes to people they will vote for, they will vote for. You know, because go to Labour. I expect Labour to say that any party that comes into power must be held accountable. Where was Labour when they owed some union, some states 1 month, 2 months, 3 months? This is beyond voters card. Voters card, they should go and sit down. How many civil servants are there? We are less than 1% in the population. The maximum are there who will vote. Don't think that the civil servants vote will sway anybody. It has never swayed any government. It has never made any government to win. So let's leave that voters card thing. Come out and tell us that we won't allow it to happen again, no matter who comes into power. That to me is okay. So if you go and get a voters card, people have always said that it's laughable. It's laughable because when the time comes, they are not going to discuss in the union. The labor union has failed us. The human labor has not come out to take their position on the fuel issue. He's not talking about that. You are talking of salary. I agree with you. Salary is okay. Where have they been? Where have they been when they started only 1, 2, 3 months? I expected to come out with facts and figures. Not care. Come on, tell us voter card. Which is voter card? There are 2 parties in this country. APC, PDP. Apart from ABDA and all that. Is that APC wins or PDP wins? That is it. So don't tell me anything. And who gives you a guarantee that when they win, they will come and do better? Any of them will win. Don't tell us that you are part of that thing. Tell us. Any party comes into power, we are going to hold them accountable. We are going to shut down their government if they don't act. What is happening in Benue State? Why are they not shut down the government? Why?
Your 2 minutes, it's up. Thank you. That's his opinion. 0098687344. Yours is also important. Hello. Somebody, good morning. You are on.
Hello, good morning. Who's on the line?
Hello, good morning, Dele.
Morning.
Good morning, Alain. My name is Demal. I'm calling from Mount. Yeah, we are talking about service alone. Do you know how many private establishments are unable to pay their salaries, even the media houses, and they don't have union in those all this places? What do we do? Where do we start from, and where do we end? The end we justify the end. Let us just go and register and use our voters card effectively. God bless you.
Okay, we'll still take calls. Short code 32120. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Dele.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Mr. Tobi. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Basala, Delta. It is sheer act of strategy on the part of our governors. We have become Rehoboam, who is what? Who chose to afflict his people with more sorrow and clarity that set on that master to build it for him, precious cities of Pitom and Lamet. They have shown financial inclination and prohibition to continue to put the workers and personally suffering. As based the bailout so far, even Paris fund and two for federal government. Human capital is supposed to be developed and not infrastructure. It is human that will develop. That will use infrastructure that you build. These are too hard and harsh now. Children are hearing the largest growth. That is even the concern now. And this governor can still lay on their bed and sit down. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
I am Mokyo, my history. I have to appreciate you for the issue of grants. You see, as said by other people, most of our governors, they are just too wicked. You see, they are treating workers as a slaves. Instead of giving them what is due to them. Sometimes ago, the governor of Ogun State said, any government that is not paying workers is a dead year government. See what is happening in Ogun State too. They are owing deduction of about 20 months. If the money, please keep it for me. Give it to my society. And this was continuing. Look at the pensioners, local government and primary. 2011 to this came on board in Ogun State. They have not paid gratuity. In 2011 today, is that there is no money there? The Paris was to actually settle these people. Yet they are not settled. That's the reason why the funds that are supposed to be collected is being delayed. Because the second one collected spend as expected and it was not accounted for. So I don't know. By the time they be promising this, promising that. And after getting there, they are limited. What are they limited? Haven't they have their own blueprint before? I think we should.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Who's on the line?
My name is Abdul American, speaking from Azela. Now, thanks to your guest, Comrade Bashir Lawal, you have spoken. You see, until when people know that when the labor force are taking good care, it will reflect on the market that some people are talking about. It will reflect on the ordinary people. Ordinary people themselves know that the cost is not okay because the labor are not being paid. They know. You know where the problem is coming from. Now, this is the one that I've spoken. You see, this is why I'm speaking as an activist. I'm not a politician, I'm still an activist. I want to negate with them. If there's anybody they are pressing, right now I'm giving them our green button. And that is what system agreement is called. Let them send any information they need. Whatever they need, they think can do for them. Whatever they think we can link together, they send to that email. It's our direct email. We will respond to them. Leave them alone. They will be accountable. We will not see anybody. If they have found people, they were in prison. I'm saying it. I will not see anybody. So whatever anybody is saying, leave them alone. I've said it. Some people are not open. When we start playing the bottom, they have to open. Please leave them alone. They cannot see what they are seeing because they are there for now. When we are in that prison, in that seat, you cannot see anything. Your eyes will be covered. That's the reason. Just leave them alone. Let them send it to our email. We are ready to suggest. I'm not a politician. I'm an activist this morning. So that's just it. Good morning.
Thank you, Gafar.
And the tweets. This one says the local government and primary schools are yet to receive December 2017 pensions. So help us beg Governor Musun to pay us. Ademola from Igbesa sent in that message. Ogun State government is owing gratuity from 2011 up to date, leave bonus 2015 up to date, 18 months workers cooperative deductions. That's Shola sending in that message. Alright, keep sending your messages to 32120. Type rock ROCK, leave a space, type your message, include your name, and send to 32120. Let's check out the tweets. We have a couple of them here. Professor Gola AAA tweeted this. PMB APC-led government has failed Nigerians in all ramifications. We must get our voters card ready to flush out these wicked souls. Okay. Professor Gulai, once again, your guest has spoken very well. I agree with him absolutely. Labor movement can perform wonders and change the situations. All right. This one says, good morning. Honestly, at 75 years, PMB is vulnerable to memory loss. Multitasking is simply not realizable for him, hence the shortfall. All right. Igwebu Rahman is apparently reacting to the quick take earlier. All right, keep tweeting at Rock City FM is the Twitter handle. And of course, our Facebook fan page is Rock City 101.9 FM. Let's get back to the calls. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Dele.
Morning.
My friend, this is Kadi Lumide from Abeokuta. Good morning. You see, for now, I think I want to go into with what Bashiru has said, has told us this morning. Most of these governors are not sincere with integrity at all. They are not being honest to the workers at all. I'm so not happy, not delighted in any of them at all, except that of Lagos State. For now, don't let us have any hope in salary increment, because even the federal government has not appropriated that into the bill sent to the in package to the NAS. It is now a known fact that most of our governors, except Lagos, like I've told you, have been able to do the needful. It is most of their regular characterized attitude. To probably put them as liars, cheaters, and inhumane people with ability for mundane cause. Let me tell you, not ready to love, to serve, and never ready to be honest. Let me tell you. Look at what was tweeted or probably tweeted to you or message. 18 months in arrears of Ogun State. Look at it. Ogun State is claiming he had paid 30 months as well also. Go and ask most of the gardeners that we have. They collected just 500 naira. What for? What can 500 naira do? Even if you give 500 naira to my own small girl, she will just throw it back at you. You see, in fact, very ugly situation now. Very outrageous that Ogun State, my state that I voted for, a gateway state, gateway for everything that we claim ourselves to be, cannot even communicate vision, cannot even be enthusiastic towards life, cannot even see to believe in the worth and value of others. They are creating, doing this and that. Even go to all those schools, neutral that you know them for. They have laid most of the structure as their own. I don't know why. In fact, it's unfortunate we are at this very, very beautiful corner.
Thank you. All right, let's add your voice. Daybreak Show, Rock City 101.5. Yes, somebody's on. Good morning.
Yeah. My name is Mark. Now, the solution is this. Let them stop this legalized fraud that has been perpetrated by people in power. Number one.
What is the legalized fraud you are talking about? Can you let us know?
I want to tell you now. Security allowance is a legalized fraud. Number two, there are some unnecessary allowances that are being given to senators and co, and they are not doing anything to the society. It's a legalized fraud. It has to be stopped legally. If they stop the security allowances, they stop all this allowances in Senate and everything. Stop money back to the society. We will be able to pay our salaries effectively. Mapoli, they are owing them salary. Now that Mapoli in Pokia, where did they get the fund from? How they want to pay this in? Olabisi University is there, having their own problems as well. What is the government do with the $730 million they got, the loan they got from the World Bank or whatever? Are we going? Let us go and register.
Have they received the loan?
Has it not been approved?
Yeah, approval is different from you said they got.
They told they've gotten it, so they've gotten it. Don't worry yourself. Do it. They will get it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Dele.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Honorable Jaji Laride. I'm calling from the People's Parliament in Abeokuta. Dele, I must confess to you, it's very disheartening and very nauseating that most of the people that we have at the end of our affairs are not very God-fearing. They are not very sensitive. I mean, how can an old man who has seriously served the country for 35 years, I mean, he's now almost 65 years of age, not even get his pension or whatever in time. Gratuities are not paid. If the bailout funds are paid, and these funds were given to all these other governors, I mean, they just look sideways, spending the money on there or something else. And let me puncture my other friend there. Let everybody get his or her own voter card. Those banks are highly connected. They have a lot of people surrounding them. They are not just, they have families, they have wives. I'm telling you, let them get their voter card, let them be ready to vote. I mean, we shall change. Let me allow other people to call. God bless you. God bless Nigeria.
Okay, thank you. Yes, you are on. Good morning. 08098687344. Telephone number.
Hello.
Yes. Morning. You need to speak up, please.
Happy New Year, Mr. Dele.
Thank you. Same to you.
Mr. Tobi. Good morning. My name is Big Daddy.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
I listened to the interview for the man that earlier you interviewed. If you have this podcast, where will he put the rice and the granatory that we will be sharing them and the t-shirt? We shouldn't fool ourselves. I don't even know maybe if media is deceiving us. 13 months salary paid. A particular state that gives 18 days off work because of Christmas. And when they are the story still the same as Ayodo is, it's only people. We should tell ourselves the truth. This Bella fund, I know that is going to be a problem. Because why would they find something to do about this money they are owing the workers? Because the problem will still lie in the front. I'm happy for those states that did not collect this Bella fund. They are the winners because they will not be thinking how to solve the problem. This regime, there's a lot of things they promise us. May God help Nigeria. Have a nice day.
God bless you too. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Lawal. Yes, my name is Lawal. I'm speaking from Ayodo. I want to give it to the man that spoke to us, the labor man. He said it as his concise. And the issue of voters card, I think, is relevant. Going by the empirical facts we have in our hands, come 2019, by God's grace, these wicked governors that has, put human capital in a state of dishonor will be drifted out by his grace. We saw it using this state as a case study. During Oshoba time, the Labour took their stand and it was voted out. During OGD, Labour took their stand, it was voted out. The last time in Ogun State, people have been, maneuvered by most of these white relevant projects that started over 6 years and they are yet to be completed. Lo and behold, I believe, it will not only be the Labour, people from the labor unions that were not that organized, the Pepe sellers here and there, will do it again and will see the relevance and the power of labor in getting these wicked leaders out of office. We have seen 13 months in Ogun State. People have been paid 500 naira. Why the government of Ogun State said they are paid 13 months? Guardians were paying 500 naira. Even senior civil servants were paying 2,000 naira, 2,500 naira. But it's great. They want to put their strategies there. We'll tell them that it is the people that hold the state, not this elite. Thank you. Good morning, Dele. God bless Rock City.
Thank you. The last call for this segment. We'll check the messages after the call. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Compliment of the season.
Thank you.
Solomon calling from Lagos. And first and foremost, let me thank you for clarifying the issue of the loan. Sometimes when you hear people that you know and they should know better and they misinform people, it is very, very unfortunate. That one aside. Most of these governors, I have said it time without number, that always focus on federal all the time. And most of these don't know what people doing to their people. In fact, it's very bad. Dele, another angle I want us to look at also, talking about this bailout of a thing. If you are a governor, if you are listening to me, you got this bailout, let's ask ourselves this very sincere question: that can you use all those bailouts finally? What is the population of workers in the state? Let's be realistic here. And by the way, until we change this kind of system that we are practicing now, this Babylon system that we are operating, at the end of the month you will go to federal to go and collect your state allocation. Until we change that system, the is going nowhere. And there is this particular question I always ask.
You are approaching 2 minutes.
Yeah. I'm talking about 2019 now. They will give you 3 dirham of rice and all that. Even the next person that we are going to give, where did he get his money to fund this campaign? Thank you.
Alright, let's add these messages before we go on a break for the national news at 10. Pensioners too were promised implementation and 33% increment before election, and up to today they have been forgotten. Let us shine our eyes in 2019. That's coming from Shuaga. This was says politicians will never remain as politicians. They cajole the electorate when coming to power and later become another creature on assumption of office. So sad and unfortunate. That's from Cosmos in Goshen Estate. Olu from Ijeon Titon says Governor Musa and Commissioner of Finance should tell us the truth. Civil servants in the state were not paid 13-month salary, but 10% of our basic salaries. Some civil servants received 600 naira, some 850 naira, and some 1,500 naira. It's a 13-month salary. Some are even yet to receive theirs. Please bring individuals who can extensively educate us on the procedure of removing elected persons without waiting for 4 harrowing years. That's Dr. Amushon sending that message. This one is from Adesina Olumide. The governor has tried his best in terms of infrastructural development in the past years. There is need for him to take into cognizance the deduction of workers' leave bonuses, gratuities, pensions of retired workers with the remaining period he has before his tenure ends next year. May I humbly appeal to our amiable governor to please approve the 33% and harmonization of pensions due to the retirees in this coming year. Thanks and God bless you, Mr. Governor. That's from Shuaga once again. Alright, that's it. When we come back, we'll continue with the contributions. Stay tuned.
Okay, yes, we are back. Second, final half. Daybreak Show Citizens Forum on Rock City 101.9 FM. This morning, we are looking in or at the question of salaries for the year 2018. Will it be resolved by the government? And we spoke with the Secretary General of the Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, Bashir Lawal. He says it's not optimistic about that because it is man-made. It is the chief executive officers of the states that are creating this problem. And what will the workers do? He has urged workers to be ready to use their voters' card as a weapon to speak to any of these chief executive officers who've been recalcitrant in not paying salaries in the state. He also commended states in the north. Many of the northern states, he says, are paying as at when due, except Benue, Nasarawa, Kogi, according to him. And these are states that are not receiving special allocation fund, and yet they are still able to pay their salary, indicating that the problem is because of what he referred to as wickedness of those who are in charge. That's the position, a summary of the position of Bashir Lawal, Secretary General, Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria. We go back, take your reactions. A lot of you have been reacting. Somebody disagreed with that's being defeatist. Rather, it is that government you should tackle. Who says the next government you are voting in will change the pattern? So, deal with the issue as it were. And many of you have also concurred with Bashir Lawal's position, saying 2019 will be the decisive year and action on the matter. Okay, we go back, reopen the telephone lines and the other means of communication 08098687344. Hello. Morning.
Good morning. Same to you. Okay.
But salaries were still owed. They were still being owed at that time, we'll remember too. Even the federal government holds salary till 2015 at the exit of the administration. So I'm just reminding you. I'm not saying it's a reminder. Thank you for those prayers. We move on. 32120. That's where to send your short code, your message to the short code number to send your message to, but you have to type ROCK rock. You leave a space, type your message, include your name, area in which you are sending it from, and forward it to that number 32120. Somebody is there. Morning. Thank you, sir. That line is breaking. Yes, maybe you move around where you are or you call back. Okay, let's try
Yes,
this.
we can hear you now.
Deal with the radio, sir. Can you move away or have the radio switched off, sir?
It's not off.
Okay, it's off now. Morning.
Good morning. Thank you for calling.
Well, the state has just been tagged as the second best state to live in Nigeria. I know they are paying half salary. That's also the fact. So we're approaching 2 minutes, huh? We move on. Let's add your voice to.
Pastor Mosui, thank you for calling. Yes, Pastor Mosui, you're on the Daybreak Show. All right, thank you.
Hello, next call. Good morning. 08098667344. Okay, your second chance. Your name again, sir. All right. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Hello, somebody. Good morning.
Good morning. Who's on the line? All right, thank you. So the short code messages first, and then later we check the tweets. This one says, these governors do not rely on workers' votes to be in power, but on the vote of Okada riders, mechanics, market women and men, and other artisans. Rashida Falabi sent in that message. All of us talking about 2019, how many civil servants do vote during elections? On the issue of 13th month salary, it's 10% of your basic. I collected 7,000 naira plus. I think it's bonus, so not 13th month salary. You should pay our deductions. Our government is trying. God bless you, state and Nigeria. That's Wale from Abeokuta here. The state governors should be sensitive to the welfare of the workers. There should be no justification for delay in workers' salaries and allowances. It is good to have infrastructures, but not at the expense of workers and emoluments. A case in point, the construction of overhead bridge at Fajuri area of Abekiti, where the workers are not paid for months in Ekiti. It's insensitive and selfishness on the part of the governor who wants to be remembered as governor of modern Ekiti. We hope that our governors will be more altruistic in this year. Dr. Chris Omotosho sent in that one. Dele and Tobi, yes, we shall change the change, like a friend in Honorable Jaji has propounded this morning. The changing changer is going to help. Foremost, we must be ready as people, so turned indentured servants, slaves as youths, and even as a group, come under one umbrella, otherwise known as pressure group, be armed with one PVCs to vote for only sincere and upright people in all coming elections. Two, the 2019 general elections should be termed and quoted, "Go ye and get tolerant new political party" after the two vulnerable ones now being engaged. Three, people begin to align with pressure groups of their choices within your reach for further enlightenment. Four, that we plead with the INEC to release or withhold PVCs unconditionally. Five, that already by calculation, the state still owes more than 1 trillion naira now in salary reductions of workers, which is part of the salaries. Six, that people should not vote for stooges or puppets any longer. And seven, that any state governor who fails to pay his workers and his workers' salaries as at rounding up, his puppet must not be voted for. Alright, that's kind of Lumide sending in that lengthy message. The religious bigots, the ethnocentric, semi-literate, self-righteous, and visionary bankrupt politicians are destroying our dear country. Sadly, we are ignorantly helping them. Poverty, illiteracy, and selfishness is their hope? No, the little hope I had prior to the advent of this government has died. Oluwade is releasing that very, very strong verdict. This tweets, all right, so many. Okay, let's start with this one from at Yemi Da Vinci. I would like to tell the comrade that if truly the civil service has a multiplier effect on the economy, they should be able to have multiplier political effect also and not just focus on their individual votes. Isn't the Labour Party supposed to be the political party that advances the interests of the labour movement? Why did our labour unions allow it to be hijacked? Thus, they are part of the problem. And Da Vinci went ahead. One can be sympathetic with states like Ogun or Osun and Imo State who are own workers, but one can say for structural development. However, misplaced their priorities are in states that have no infrastructure development that should hide their face. I agree with the comrade, though, that some governors are just plain greedy, wicked people. What else can one tell a governor whose only capital project in office is the erection of his mansion and is still owing workers since May? That's a shame to his generation, really. This issue of salaries is a delicate balancing act for governors, really. They have to do infrastructure projects on one hand, settle debt from past and present administrations on another hand, and still pay salaries. It takes wisdom to allocate judiciously. Those are all tweets from Yemi Phillips Da Vinci. All right, Bello Babatunde tweeted this. Let us all go and get our voters card and vote out all these politicians. Majority of voters are market women and artisans. Akimbo Yaya says the way we Nigerians approach matters sometimes it shows selfishness in us, including the governors that wouldn't pay the workers as and when due, and also citizens that want infrastructure so not built, forgetting that not only the workers are in the state. Thanks. Professor Bola AAA says one thing is to grab power, another thing is to know how to manage and utilize the grabbed power. APC has failed woefully. Adeneko, that's Professor Wolaye. Adeneko Luwashem says a bailout has been given about 3 times, and the last one with clear directive from the federal government for the state to focus on salaries and pensions. But some state governments claim that government was not instructed to use the entire bailout to pay salaries. This is wickedness. Baba T tweeted this act. I really empathize with Nigerian civil servants. I wonder how someone will work for a month and not get paid as and when due, and this will get accumulated for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. This is sheer wickedness. 2. This act even gets annoying that accumulated salaries not paid gets to 1 or 2 years. This is appalling. A Yoruba proverb says, who doesn't work can't eat. But now, various state governments deny these workers to the extent that those that work can't also eat. The issue of deduction is also something else, but at least the salary payment meant for survival is very paramount. May God help these workers. Is it states that can't pay a penny now that you expect to do so when salary gets increased? Labor unions should just face the reality on ground and resolve the problem of non-payment of salaries that's already on ground and not add to it by requesting for minimum wage increment. I heard there are some states in the north that haven't been paying the minimum wage of 18,000 naira. How true is this? Those are tweets from Baba T. Okay, Falabi tweeted this. I think the solution to all these problems is to be ready to vote them out since our votes count now to a large extent. We should grow up. We should stop selling out our future. We should stop selling out our future. We should vote for the right person. Those are tweets from Falabi. Okay, Billionaire G. Shafe says remuneration matter is a funny scenario in Nigeria. Let the governors that gather wealth know that they will lose it. God bless Nigerian workers. All right, those are the tweets we have for now. Let's get back to the calls. 0809-868-7344.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Your 2 minutes. All right, lawyer Onobawo. Hello. Thank you, sir. All right. I hope for workers that listen, I hope they would prefer that, but interpreting it or subsequently, it means the man will continue will now begin to owe a month. The other month goes into an area. We do the magic. All right, sir. Thank you. Okay. Hello. Good morning. Thank you. All right. Let's go. All right. Thank you. A lot of suggestions coming in. Remember, INEC have to spend money to do that, and where would that come from again? Hello. 090914696670. You are on, sir. Morning.
Good morning.
All right, you are approaching your 2 minutes, sir. All All right, thank you, sir. Just one call will be added, just one, and we'll check the messages. Hello, hello, morning. Hello, good morning. All right, let's check out the messages.
Okay. This one says, only God will deliver us from this wicked rulers, not leaders. Nigerians should shine their eyes for 2019. That's actually coming from Dami from Abeokuta here. Alright, keep sending your messages to 32120. Type rock, leave a space, type your message, include your name. Okay.
Yes, for 2018.
Alright, thank you. Alright, let's wrap up with these messages. Good morning. Once again, Labour should educate its members that never again should any civil servant use more than 30% of the salary for cooperative. Again, collect your salary and pay the deduction yourself. That's an advice from Dr. Unkom. Is it constitutionally possible for an individual to contest without party? Fash sent in that one.
For now, it's not
Independent
possible.
candidacy.
For now.
It is yet to be adopted. Good morning, presenters. I wonder why our governors have taught themselves to think gods. The state government has failed to pay workers leave bonus for year 2015, 2016, 2017, and here's 2018. 20 months of standing deductions is there. Gratuity for many years is there. So also pensions. All right. That is Ola Abdusalam from Abeokuta. We have never had credible elections in this country except 1993, which IBB annulled. The politicians are of the opinion that they do not need our votes because they rely on rigging, thuggery, and porous legal systems to achieve their aim. Nigerians should raise up to vote in 2019, which should not be based on party line, but individual competencies and integrity. By doing that, these wicked politicians will be flushed out. Thank you. Kenny edition of our show sent in that. What Governor Amoso can do to make workers happy is to pay the outstanding leave bonus of 3 years and pay this year bonus as and when due. So also to pay their 20 months deduction. Having satisfied this, he should review the salary upwards by making use of 25,000 naira minimum wage with immediate alacrity without waiting for federal government's minimum wage proposal outcome. Alright, that's Allah to Salam.
And of course, that's where we will end it. Citizens Forum for the week. We appreciate everybody who's been with us. Tomorrow on the open day, just keep the debate on Dele Ayodo. It's my name. God bless you all. God bless Nigeria. And God bless Rock City.
And I'm Tobi Joseph. Have a wonderful Thursday.